The power of rockets is incredible. You can do a self-orbital launch, take to the moon, and eventually make a trip to Mars. Beyond our solar system, however, you will require something else. Sun sails. A spaceship must be launched. A rocket is required to raise you into the air. Hello and welcome to KYC News. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thrust is the name for that push. Being released from the planet with rocket-like force, providing a spaceship the bulk of its momentum, following that you'd require extra petrol to alter your pace anyway. But there are none stations in outer space to refuel you. You can therefore only travel as far as your petrol will allow. So, more weight equals more fuel. Also in space your resources are constrained. Otherwise put, it would be quite difficult as a means of traveling interstellar space with only rockets. Yet, everything is about to change. On board, you're ready to go. Throughout the galaxy, you are aware that if something malfunctions in outer space, you'll be responsible for fixing it. Yet, we don't always have that capability here on Earth. Not voluntarily, but rather because some of the largest manufacturers don't want us to be able to access their products to rectify them. This practice enables businesses to maintain market control and restrict your purchasing options. That is a covert method for them to establish a monopoly. Because to their monopoly on the market, more compact and reasonably priced repair shops go out of business due to competition without the equipment required for their tasks. More than 20 state legislatures are currently creating laws in order to protect your right to repair, making these commercial activities unlawful. Look, Apple has changed some of their policies, which is commendable. But they continue to exercise a great deal of private control. A few more businesses also don't take this problem seriously. Thus, ask your elected officials to defend your consumer rights and reclaim what is rightfully yours. You paid for it after all. Let's return to the video now. Earth's boats have been propelled by sails through the ages, all over the world. They operate without fuel, just the force of the wind. Yet in outer space, no airborne particles exist scrubbing about. So, you would need to harness a distinct type of wind. Sun's winds levitate charged particles thrown out by the sun. Moreover, these particles traverse the solar system by air at a breakneck pace 1,600,000 km/h, 1 million miles per hour. Nevertheless, using a unique kind of sail you may take benefit from such ability so that you can the solar system as a whole and beyond. No, those particular sails wouldn't resemble very much the sails you are accustomed to. Are you prepared for your mind is blown? The device is this that might transport you throughout the galaxy. E-sails, as they are also known, are what it is. They resemble an umbrella lacking a cover. The ribs just would be constructed using electrical charged wires made of aluminum. And they can be up to 20 kilometers long, 12 miles, also not being thicker than around 1/2 of a strand on the head of hair. Currently all you require is that of the solar wind and you may navigate the ocean by boat. Gloomy expanse of space. Then wait some more. There is a caveat. So, you would still require synthetic rockets to send you flying into. Firstly, there is space. Because of electric sails, work should not be done in the magnetosphere. It is the magnetosphere region of the world that is negligent behavior. A magnet's magnetic field, up to 10 times more greater than the actual Earth. And to avoid it, you'd require a small increase from the vintage rockets. You might also create an earthbound spaceport. It has to go far enough to enable the magnetic field of the planet. Doesn't get there. However, you know which would cost too much. They are too labor-intensive to build. Moreover, we want to send you on this road at this moment. You would then depart from Earth in your ship. and from the borders of the magnetosphere. After that, everything would go without a hitch. Using 1,000 kilograms, 2,200 pounds, comparable to yours, there would be roughly 100 cables to collect solar wind atoms. You'd be a trailblazer. Travel in outer space used this amazing new technology. After sailing for a year, you would accelerate to 30 kilometers per hour, 18.6 miles per hour, or more. You may even speed up to 90 miles per hour or 150 kilometers per hour. And it moves really quickly. More quickly than Voyager 1, the swiftest spacecraft ever sent off-world by mankind. Voyager 1 is the probe. Has accelerated through space around 17 kilometers per hour, 10 miles per hour. Following a 3-year period overcoming Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter, also Uranus, you'd go overboard the Neptune's orbit. You would travel by merely altering the levels of voltage on various wires you're using electric sails. You would still have to be an expert at navigation sailing safely, especially as you go nearer to the periphery within the solar system. Here, you must succeed. The Kuiper Belt, through. There are many icy comets in this region. And if you don't take care, it would be these comets. Some significant harm the electric sails. Your intergalactic journey, indeed, might come to an end before you even leave of the planetary community. Then, you still have much to do the very last within the solar system, solar heliopause, 4 times farther toward the sun, unlike Neptune. Therefore, buckle your seatbelts and push forward a rather uninteresting scene for another 10 years or so. Indeed, I am aware of this. You would prefer to see instead, use Jupiter or Uranus. Nonetheless, it is almost time to go exploring realms you haven't seen before. Oh no, I just realized I was required to. I'll tell you something crucial. You are aware of how using your electric sails requires solar winds for sailing? Well, you'd now be the most distant from the sun you ever been. It implies it won't happen as several solar particles advancing your spaceship. Your sailing could perhaps come to an immediate halt, keeping you stationary forever on the periphery of our solar system. Cold, alone, and without hope. I'm not going to lie, I agree. Maybe this is how the days are over. So, while you still have some life in your sails, you'll have to find another star by navigation. I'd advise you to the Alpha Centauri star system is where I would go. That is the nearest one nearby. And it lacks one. But only 3. You should now be aware of not all stars are created equal and supplying you ferocious solar winds you are sorely in need. As they pass the red dwarf star, similar to Alpha Centauri C, also referred to as Proxima Centauri, you might notice luminosities. It may range from 1/10 to 1,000th of one, as powerful as our sun. Nonetheless, despite this perhaps beneficial to you sufficient accelerating force to re-achieve super high speeds. And all of this without any chemical energy source. Going green is good. The trendy new trend, everything is being discussed. Okay, you finally made it. Further distant in space than no human has ever ventured there, you should probably investigate, though. What is available elsewhere? Similar to some planets researchers have found that could potentially be better than Earth for life. Can we use solar wind to travel? A huge transmitter placed in orbit around the sun would concentrate solar energy and beam it at a sail, generating speeds that could approach 1/10th the speed of light. At that rate, a trip to Proxima Centauri could be done in not much more than 40 years. A third approach uses neither a sail nor photons for propulsion. These high-energy solar wind particles cause aurora at planets with a magnetic field, but they can also be disruptive to planet atmospheres and surfaces. This rain of plasma particles can collide with particles high up in a planet's atmosphere, giving the atmospheric particles enough energy to escape a planet. The good news is that solar wind isn't damaging to us here on Earth, safely protected by our planet's atmosphere. When it's strong, though, it can impact our technologies, causing issues with telecommunication satellites and, in extreme cases, power grids. That, however, is a tale for another what if. Thanks for watching and see you on next video.
Yeah, yeah.